The starting point for this movie was a friend had a story about her and her Playboy father really spying on her husband and hiding in the bushes, and it made me think I would love to see a father-daughter buddy movie, kind of sleuthing, and it reminded me of The Thin Man, and could I do something like that? So that was the starting point, was this idea of a father-daughter buddy movie. I was trying to do something more in the spirit of a classic comedy and a little bit more silly than something I would normally do. And I thought about when they go to Mexico, I thought about Blake Edwards and just sort of classic comedy style. It's not something I really know how to do, but Bill and Rashida are so funny, and it's fun to see them together. And I try to just be a little bit more, like a just kind of silly, fun adventure, which is not my usual thing. But and I like the idea of kind of the genre of a romantic comedy, even though this isn't really. But just something that's kind of light and fun and playful, but that hopefully there's heart to it. I first thought of Rashida because she has great chemistry with Bill when I saw them working together before in our Christmas special, and I thought I would love to have her represent my alter ego because she's smart and great, and I knew she could hold up against Bill, and it's hard to be the straight man with him, kind of more out there, but I feel like she's a more extroverted version of myself, and I just trusted that she would understand what I was trying to convey. I think in the story, the character of Laura at the beginning is going through a little bit of a crisis moment of having young kids and trying to kind of find her footing, and I think you can go through kind of an identity crisis, figure out who you are in that stage, and so she's kind of a little bit lost, and when Felix shows up, she's vulnerable, and so it made sense that she could get carried away in his adventure, and then hopefully by the end of the story she's reconnected more with who she is, and she's kind of uptight in all the responsibility of motherhood, and he reminds her of her fun spirit. It's always the best having Bill on set. He of course brings his unique energy and really keeps everyone lights up when he's there, and he helps really keep it moving. He's always there to help me if we're running behind. He'll pick up equipment and just motivate everyone, and so I feel like he's a great force to help make a movie. This movie is personal to me in that it reflects where I've been living and things I was thinking about, details of parenthood and struggling with being creative and trying to find your footing. But the situation is something that is not real. But I just try to put in all the little personal details. And I guess there's a similarity with Lost in Translation of being at a point in your life, a crisis point where you're trying to figure out who you are in a new role. And in Lost in Translation, it was, a young woman in her 20s kind of finding herself. And now this is another phase, I think, after you have kids, that you're trying to figure out who you are. And Bill always kind of sweeps in and shakes things up, and hopefully by the end there's not a big drama, but by the end the characters have gotten something from each other. Bill, to me, after knowing him all this time, he's sort of like a fairy godfather or big brother that shows up and brings fun and magic, and he does that in the films and in life and brings so much. When we started, I was worried about how can we shoot New York and not just look like all the famous New York movies that we've seen before. And so Philippe Lassorde, the cinematographer, and I really talked about it and looked at different references, and I was happy that he helped me try to find our own look that captured the feeling of the movie, which I hope it does.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, kiddo. Oh my gosh, do you look beautiful. Cliff.
How's your mom's hip?
Good things.
Good. He thinks you're my girlfriend.
Race.
Been busy?
Yeah. Dean's traveling with clients all the time, and I'm just the buzzkill waiting to schedule things. I'm so stuck.
So Dean's going away a lot, huh? On business trips?
Dad,
Raise your hand if that sounds fishy.
he's not like you. He's a good guy, a great dad.
Sure. It's nature. Males are forced to fight, to dominate, and to impregnate all females.
Maybe he's just not interested in me anymore.
Impossible. A woman's at her most beautiful between the ages of 35 and 39.
Great. So I have many months left.
Felix, you're back in town.
Been busy?
Yeah, got a lot going on.
Do you? He should be worshiping the ground you walk on. And if he's doing something dishonorable, you need to know.
What if Dean's just busy? I'm in a rut. That's it.
I think we should follow him.
What?
I think you better see him in action.
This is your idea of incognito?
Coming through.
Here's the plaza. This is the place to have an affair. It has the most exits.
Exits on 3 streets.
Can you just act a little less excited about this? Because this is my life, and it might be falling apart.
I don't know why women get plastic surgery.
Because of men like you.
I prefer the factory original.
Yeah, and every other make and model.
Thank you. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Are there two? Oh, scared me.